Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today, altcoin I'm going to be breaking down for you is called Super Rare Token. So, we are talking about rare here. So, by the end of this video, you're going to understand what this token is, what it is used for, and then that's the fundamental analysis. We're going to break it down, after which, we're going to come back to the price and I'm going to use simple price action, no indicators, to tell you what I see this price doing next. Now, the strategy I'm going to be using is called the Bitcoin Gorilla Box strategy. It's a pure price action strategy. So all the fundamental and basis of it is strictly price action. By the end of this video, if you end up liking this strategy, you might want to give me a thumbs up because I developed this strategy and I'll always come here to update you on rare if I see enough people giving this video a thumbs up. Now let's start by understanding what is rare. Rare is currently trading at 0.7512 cents, of which it has lost about 7.6% to the downside in the last 24 hours. Now, if we look at the statistics of rare, we know that the total supply, according to CoinMarketCap, is 1 billion tokens. That's the total supply, and the maximum supply is also 1 billion token. Now, when we talk about market cap, the current market cap of this token is around 76 million point 435. Now, approximately, right? 76.435 million. Now, if we talk about the circulatory supply, then we're talking about around 101.756 million token approximately is currently under circulation. So with this current market data, the all-time high, what is the highest price this coin has ever reached since the time of listing? Now this highest price was the price of around $3.79. That was around 3 months ago, October 2021. But the funny thing is, Rare has lost about 79% of that move to the upside. Like I said, it's currently trading at 0.75 range. If we talk about the lowest price it has ever seen, then we're talking about 0.3885. That was around 5 months ago, August 2021. With these little statistics, then I want to further understand what is Rare itself. What is the services they offer? Well, according to CoinMarketCap, this data says that Super Rare is a premier NFT platform, boasting almost of $90 million of digital art collected and $3 million in digital royalty paid to date. Now, Super Rare emerged from its 1.0 version where the core team had picked and approved artists to mint their work on a shared smart contract as Super Rare NFTs. Now, Super Rare 2.0 changed that by introducing web scale curation, independently running storefronts on the platform, and sovereign minting contracts for artists to mint. Now, we're talking about artists, NFTs. NFTs is the main boom of 2021. I wonder what is going to be the main boom of 2022. I see metaverse blowing up. NFT is still going to stay very relevant, so don't get it twisted. NFT is here to stay. NFT is not going anywhere, and this is why marketplaces like Super Rare, which are already well known right now and top artists are selling from, is going to be one of those people who are going to make more future have more future demands, right? So Super Rare as it is, what makes it very unique aside other marketplaces like Rarible, there are other competitors, right? So what makes it different? Well, Super Rare evolved into the 2.0 by addressing three key problems. There were three key problems they addressed with their 2.0 version. And this number one is curation and gateway and gatekeeping by a single team are not conducive to a scale art ecosystem. So having just few team managing how these artists list their their NFTs and how things get into the market and who gets to the front page and all of that, it's not really good if they want to scale their ecosystem. So they decided that that 2.0 is going to make that kind of not controlled by a team, right? So the second thing they try to solve is the artist deserves as much support as possible, but single team can only do so much. So this now they are giving everything to the ecosystem. So a single team is no longer, it's no longer like a single team is the one that will make, in terms of support, when you need support now, it's not just a single thing. They've break down that the whole ecosystem now can offer support in the way they did it. So the NFT art ecosystem is fragmented. They are trying to change that, and there's no good way to manage one's whole collection. In their situation, what they did is they resolve all these three issues above that I just mentioned by introducing the super rare space, which are independently run storefront on SuperRec. So each artist has his own storefront, like an e-commerce, like an independent thing. It's like you have your own storefront where you have everything listed, all your product listed in one place. Each space can launch its own branded ERC 720 token. You can launch your branded, that means your name of your brand, the name of the artist can be on the token that you use to collect, and invite artists to mint with them. You see that? So you create a space, you mint your token, and then you invite artists to come and actually mint through them, right? Either as one-time event or as an ongoing basis. This allows each space to become its own souvenir crypto art gallery. Furthermore, self-sovereign minting contract let artists deploy a custom NFT minting contract and tokenize and sell their art as uniquely the independent artist. Therefore, thus, artists have another option in adding to minting in a shared contract with other artists and can become their own sovereign creative platform. Gives you so much power to the artists to become their own. They have more power aside from just being an artist. So this is it, the creation aspect, where putting the future of super rare and the power of creation directly into the hands of the community. So everything is no longer controlled by a team, instead it is controlled by the whole community. And this super rare token, a new DAO, comprised helps holder define the future of the act. It is the holders of these tokens, members in the super rare, allows you to curate the platform, control marketplace parameters, and add your voice to one of the most ambitious art projects in the world. So if you are holding the token, you have chance to be a part of the community and help in changing things in the community, like voting and all of that. So this is what the token looks like, and you can see top artists. They quite have a lot of great artists that has launch their NFT through this platform. But me as a trader, I'm interested in how much I can make from this token. So if I buy it, what's the chances of it rising? That's why I'm here. So this is what the marketplace look like. This is what their storefront look like, right? Quite interesting view, right? This is what they have as a storefront if you want to buy NFTs, right? So you can see quite some interesting arts are here, and so much more. But for me as a trader, I am here for the bag, right? So let's go to the price, the technical analysis aspect, right? So here we are back on the chart. Now let's talk about this price. Where is this price going now? Obviously, it's still a fresh baby coin, just launched in around October in 2021. Now this is Binance chart. It's still a baby coin. There's no much data. So I know that we're going to struggle if we're going to work with weekly charts. We will struggle in terms of getting our support and resistance, because currently there is no official support. All the previous ones that I've tried to hold has obviously broken, and the price still keep dropping. So the question we're going to answer in this technical analysis: how further down are we going on rare? Right? So the first thing I'm going to do is get, now remember, the strategy I'm going to use is pure price action, no indicator. So stick by as I draw the chart. So I'm going to be explaining, like, the first all-time high is right here. Now I'm talking about the all-time resistances I've ever seen, and the all-time low is right here, which we are still around that range. So all-time support and all-time resistance. Now, if you ask me, if you're new to trading, now all my videos I will keep giving newbies opportunity to understand the basis of support and resistance, which is also the demand and the supply areas, which is the area of course you want to buy and the area you want to sell, right? So this obvious on this chart based on previous datas are all here. So what are these areas? These areas are defined as hidden areas on your charts, right? Where price gets to and price couldn't move further in any direction. Let's take for example, when you're talking about resistance, you will always find resistance when price is going to the upside, and when price is moving to that upside, when it gets to a resistance, it instantly either pause, go sideways for some time, and continues the move to the outside upside, or pauses and stall for a while. Failure to continue the move to the upside will lead to a reversal, and the price will what change direction. Now that is to the resistance. Now these areas are called supply areas. Is the opposite is support. The same thing happen when price is dropping. Price gets to a certain level, it cannot drop any further. The example is here. It starts for a moment, either it pauses and then continues the move to the downside, or it pauses and change direction depending on the demand in that area. So supports are always known as demand area, and resistance are always known as supply area. So what I've done here is try to get such areas on my chart. So, and obviously from this chart the line is not good enough. Why? Because if I'm to trade this, I will obviously be losing money, because you can see my stop loss would have been cleared multiple of times. So this is why I'm going to bring in the Bitcoin gorilla strategy to support my strategy. Now mind you, everything is pure price action, and the two tools I'm using here is the horizontal line, the horizontal trend line, the trend lines, and the rectangle. So the trend lines include horizontal trend line, slanting trend line, and all of that. Slanting trend line and all of that. So from all of this, I can see that the sellers have quite been pushing the buyer. So let me see if I can get no, before I do this, let me get my support and resistance. It's very important. It's going to help me make a better decision. So this is the demand zone, that is the support of the bigger box, obvious in my face. Now this is the daily chart we are working with, and the supply area is quite extended, and this is the supply area. Now that's for my first box, so I'm going to try to get another one, and I'm also going to get the support and resistance of it. That's the resistance, and I'm also going to get the support. All right, so with that note, let me just give you a brief overview of what this is. So this is the first box, and in this box, this is my demand zone, this is my supply zone. Supply is quite extended, and that's why you saw that heavy push down. And in the second box, there are two boxes that I'm identifying with in this current chart, and this is the demand zone, and this is the supply zone. So take note of this very important area. It's very simple, their strategy. It's just you have to know the demand zone and the supply zone. Now I've gotten the box, so I'm going to bring in my trend line. So the first obvious in my face from this chart is the seller's line, right? So this seller's line is right here. Let me see, that's two touches, but I can tell you, to help us better understand, we have to consider the fact that there are less data. So considering the lower time frame will be not such a bad idea as well. So there's a seller line right there. I'm putting that, but that's just to let you know about something going on there. And then I want to get this line as well. Let me take this away, not to get you confused, because that's the lower intraday line. Now, mind you, this is daily chart. That's an intraday resistance. So that resistance is likely not going to play much effect. So that's why I'm taking it out. Let's focus on the major ones. So from this chart, here's what I've seen, right? There's a clear contracting triangle, right? And there will be a breakout soon, right? There will be a breakout soon. Right here is very close. It has not touched the low bottom. You can see there's a little gap because in every chart we're drawing, we need a minimum of two touches. Wait, hold on. This is more like a descending triangle, right? But it's slanting down. So it's contracting instead of expanding. It's contracting. So we see that the market currently is at the apex, right? So is it going to continue the move down or is it going to continue the move up? Now this question, this triangle cannot answer me that question because anything can play out. But can my boss actually give me a better answer? Let's see what the box strategy is saying about this current zone. Now, according to the box, the price is currently at a very important range, and that range is the demand range, right? This area, right? Now, the thing about the box is in the past, there's no previous data to prove what the box is telling us because there's no previous support or resistance. But according to this box, where it is now, the further it goes down, the chances let me say this. According to where it is now, price is likely going to make a move like this. Now, when price gets to this point, there will be a reaction around this zero point 0.8 range. Let's go to 4 hours to better understand what I'm trying to say. Let's go to 4 hours chart. Remember, there's no much data, so we're working with what we have, and we need to work with. So this is what I'm saying. According to the box, the price is at a very important range. Remember, I drew this chart on daily chart and weekly chart, but this is what the chart looks like. And now I will explain. This point where price is likely going to make a move and attack this line again, right? So at worst case scenario, we will see that the boost move here, the BS pushed down to zero point 0.6, but that is likely not going to play out if the box is telling us what it's telling us, because what I see is that the box is telling me there will be a move. This time around, the price could react around zero point 0.8 to um 0.8 all the way to $1 range, right? They could push them a little bit down depending on the demand. All this point is demand area. They could push them down, right? But they are not going to go lower than this 0.7 to 0.6 range. Just say they're not going to go lower than 0.6 again. They are not even going to cross 0.66 or 68, right? So this point is now time for them to start rising according to the box. So they will attack this point. They will put pressure on this $1 because there's a resistance. Remember, previous support is now a resistance. It was broken right here. There was a support when they broke this line and they entered into the let me show you something. You can see that when I zoomed in, I saw that I need to adjust my line to this point, right? To this point, because there's already a line here. So that's where the support is. You can see this support. I'm interested in this particular support right here. I'm interested in this support, this one, and this one. So here they will get a resistance, this range. And after that, all I see Rare doing is up. Rare is going to attack the 1.6 to 1.8 range, after which they are likely going to get around this 1.2. They'll expect a reaction because every resistance will give you a reaction. And you can see they will just likely, if they attack them at zero point 0.1, then they will come back, push down a little. Their next attack is 1.26. But I do see them going up here. So if you are holding Rare, I think it's a good time to buy some Rare. And as well, I think it's a good time to what? Hold if you're holding, because we're going to see $2 range. And 2.6 is very likely, but it's going to quite take a while. This is a chart that I did on daily, so you're going to be very patient. Give Rare quite some time because it will get our experience and pull back around 1.8, then they will attack up. If you like my analysis, subscribe. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. Join me